right. Just checking, make sure this sound is too loud. Y'all know what the deal is. Test, 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 test. All right. Sounds too loud to me. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Y'all let's clap it up. All right. We are the Shalom Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it is not something that we teach in the ISUPK, it is not the truth. You understand? The ISUPK is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. We are not affiliated with any other Christian churches or Muslim mosques. We stand alone in this war for our people. You understand? We are the only ones who are bringing out the truth of the Bible since 1969, that every Black, Hispanic, and Native American are the true children of the Most High. We are the true Jews, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Any other Hebrew Israelite group that might sort of sound like us or sort of kind of try to imitate what we do, they are not in order. You understand? They are not in the truth, and that's something that's very important to understand. Okay, because just like the Christian church, a lot of people can pick up the Bible and read a few words out of it and tell you something out of it, but only in the ISUPK are you going to be taught these words with any type of wisdom, with any type of real understanding, with any type of integrity. You understand? This ain't the type of situation where it's, like your pastor might teach, do as I say, not as I do. Or even a wicked parent in their ignorance might teach a child, this is what the Bible says, so do this, but I'm going to sin. I'm going to do the opposite of what the Bible says. The ISUPK, we don't operate like that. It is unlawful. And again, it is not tolerated in this school. You understand? So we won't tell you not to be a homosexual and then have brothers running around being homosexuals. You understand? We won't teach our sisters that the Bible says that, it is a shame for you to be a whore, right? And then have sisters in the school running around being glorified because they're whoring around and sleeping with every brother that, gives them a Facebook like. In the ISUPK, we are under very strict discipline. You understand? We are taught to obey the Most High in all ways, okay? And the only way you're going to be able to learn how to, keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments is to be around other people who are also keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? It's a brotherhood situation. We don't just keep the law for ourselves. As leaders in this organization and as leaders in this nation, we keep the laws because there are people who are watching us. You understand? They're observing our conduct and they want to see whether or not we're going to drop our sword. They want to see whether or not we're going to compromise. They want to see whether or not we're going to fall short. And in the ISUPK, we are taught to never fail. You understand? Failure is not an option, and we strive for perfection. You understand? And when we don't meet that perfection, we get checked. You understand? So I just wanted to kind of, get that so that you guys understand that the things we learn in this class, understand that it's not just things that are being told to you, just for giggles, just for YouTube content. The stuff that we're teaching our people are things that if they would heed to the instruction of the Most High and follow the leadership of this school, they'd be able to clean themselves up. You understand? With the strength of the Most High and the strength of the brotherhood that's in this school, you'd be able to, kick those habits you have. You understand? Or to what they call them, get rid of those vices. You understand? Those things that are, wicked and abominable, but you just kind of can't muster the strength to stop doing them. And the beautiful thing about the ISUPK is we don't just order it and just say it and demand it. There's a teaching process that takes place. You understand? Through the lessons that we are taught in this school, we give our brothers and sisters a way of looking at what the Most High expects and comparing that with what we're doing. And we're able to see the destruction that's caused from not obeying the Most High. You understand? So, with that being said, before I get into my topic, guys, does anybody have any questions? Sis.
Why do women have to wear head coverings in the class?
Okay, all right. That's a good one. So in case you guys didn't hear it, you should. She's right by the microphone, but I'll repeat her question. Her question was, for those of you that can't see the classroom situation, the sisters that come into our classes are required to wear a head covering. You understand? And her question is, why? Now, I'm not going to do like your pastor would say, and just if it's something that, he might not understand, he just says, oh, you just got to have faith. You ask your pastor about Adam and Eve, he's going to tell you, you just got to have faith. You ask your pastor, was Christ, did Christ have an earthly father, or was he born, because Mary had sex with God? And they're going to say, oh, you just got to have faith. But like I said, in the ISUPK, we are taught to prove all things. You understand? The customs and things that we have, the culture that we are putting back on, is the culture that the Most High prescribed to his children in this Bible. You understand? So what I'm going to ask you to do is, I'm going to pull a couple of scriptures, okay? And we'll kind of get down to it. So why do our women have to wear head coverings? And that's because the Most High, that's what the Most High said. You brothers ready to read?
Mm-hmm.
Most sound praise. Let's get give me 2 seconds. And I could just kind of like paraphrase before I get the scripture while I'm looking it up. A woman is to cover her head when she comes into the school, because it's a symbol. It symbolizes that woman has an authority over her. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now the Bible teaches that the man is the head of every woman. You understand? The head of every woman is the man. Mm-hmm. So when that woman comes into this, this holy place, you understand, she is to cover her head to signify that she is in order. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's like that outward representation, that, yeah, I understand, I'm in order, so let's get 1 Corinthians 11:4. 1 Corinthians 11:4. You understand? Oh, nice and loud. You're gonna have to be nice and loud. All right, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying.
Every what?
Man praying or prophesying.
Every man doing what?
Praying or prophesying.
Every man praying or prophesying. Is that a woman?
No.
No, it's not. All right, keep reading.
Having his head covered.
Having his head what?
Covered.
What?
Covered.
Having his head covered. So when a man goes to pray or to prophesy or to teach, the word of the Most High, every man praying or prophesying that has his head covered. So if a man has something on top of his head, you know, while like when I mean top, I mean this very top part, the crown of your head. You know what? When a baby's born, they have what's called a soft spot. Okay, y'all might not understand. Y'all had this, but at the very top of your head, it's this little. It's like a soft little hole, like it's skin covering it, but it's from where your skull's not completely, you know, developed and closed in. Okay, as you grow up, you get a little more hard headed, right? and that thing ain't so soft, all right. But that's the crown of your head, the very top of it. Okay, when a man, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered. So I'm a man, I got my head covered. Keep reading.
Dishonoreth his head.
Dishonoreth his head. So is it honorable for a man to prophesy or pray or teach the word of the Lord with his head covered?
Wow.
No, that is dishonorable. He dishonors his head. Who is the head of every man?
Most High.
What's your answer?
The Most High.
The Most High? You're right. But before the Most High, who is it? The head of every man. I'm on.
Jesus.
Give him a hand. You understand? What I want to do is I want to get you that I want to get you the scripture on that. Get me 1 Corinthians. You hold that Aliyah. I'm on. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of who?
Every man.
Every man. The head, the authority over every man is who?
Christ.
Is Christ. So when we pray and prophesy and teach the Most High's word with our head covered, we dishonor who?
Christ.
We dishonor Christ. Does everybody understand that? Keep reading.
And the head of the woman.
The head of who?
The woman.
The head of the woman, the authority over the woman. The woman's like, think of it like a chain of command. You understand? The authority over a woman is who?
Is the man.
Who?
The man.
Is the man. You understand? So a woman's head is the man, and the man's authority is Christ. Everybody understand that? That's in the Bible. You don't have to have faith to understand that, okay? You understand? So let's go back to what scripture were we holding?
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. All right. Go ahead and read that again from the
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4.
all right.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Dishonoreth his head. So in the ISUPK, you'll see all the brothers in the school, they'll be wearing a headband. Is the crown of my head covered if I'm wearing this? Sometimes you'll see brothers wearing war scarves, right? It'll kind of look like the little do-rag thing. I was wearing one last week. I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the very top of it, there's a hole in the center of it. You understand? Why do you think there's a hole in the center of it? I'm on.
To not cover his head.
Give him a hand. So that the man's head isn't covered. So that he's not dishonoring his head. You understand? So he's not dishonoring Christ, his authority. It's like a uniform. You understand? Like you can't a doctor can't go into surgery with pajama pants on. You understand? Like there's a uniform that's required to do jobs. You understand? and it's a certain attire, and there's a reason for the attire. You understand? Some of it's functional, some of it's, just visual. You understand? Well, this is one of the things in our culture that we abide by the Most High when He says any man prophesying or praying or teaching His word can't have his head covered. Everybody understand that? Mm-hmm. For you brothers and sisters that just tuned in or just got in here, the sister asked a question, said, why do the sisters have to wear their head covered when they're in class? Okay, so we went to 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 4, which explains that, verse 3 explains that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man. So there's kind of like a pecking order. It's like Christ, man, woman. You understand? There's an order. The man dishonors his head if he prays or prophesies with his head covered. So now we're going to get to the answer to your question. All right. Verse 5.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered.
Every what?
Woman.
Every woman that prays or prophesieth, with her head uncovered. That means nothing on her head. Her head ain't covered. You understand? Keep reading.
Dishonoreth her head.
Dishonoreth her head. So who is it that she dishonors when she comes into the house of the Lord and she's, in this holy place, and we're in here doing the business of the Most High? Who is it that she's dishonoring when she has her head uncovered?
The man.
She's dishonoring the man. You understand? She's out of order. It's coming out. I'm gonna dress how I want to. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. There's a spirit behind a lot, like most of the laws. I'd say there's a spirit behind every law, right? That the Most High has us follow and obey. And this is kind of like one of those ones where our sisters struggle with this specific spirit. You understand? Our sisters today in our oppressive society, because of the way we've been raised and trained, this is something that they almost by nature at this point would rebel against, because our women don't want to be told what to do. You understand? Our women have been taught that, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown woman. I like the one where they say, "You're not my daddy," as if they listen to their father. As if it were your father saying, "Cover your head or put some clothes on," you do it. No, you put something, terrible in your backpack and get to school, and then change into the terrible abomination your father told you he didn't want to see you in. You change into it at school. You understand? Our women have a spirit of disobedience. So in the ISUPK, a woman covering her head is just it's obedient to the Most High, which is what we are all about. But it's also symbolic in the sense of, you know what? You can see that I'm going to go against what it is that I might just want to do, because I can do what I want to do, and I'm going to be obedient, man. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. That is honorable, to be able to fight against that thing inside of most women that says, "Anybody telling me what to do? I'm a grown-ass woman. Who are you telling me I got to cover my head? You ain't pay for this. I just got my hair done. I ain't about to wrap my hair. I'm gonna rock this. Everybody on YouTube, gonna see this." You understand what I'm saying? That's not the proper spirit. You understand? So when you come into this class, our sisters cover that head up, because it's an honorable thing to do. Now, let's say you don't have a man. You understand? Then it'd be dishonorable to the man that's teaching. It'd be dishonorable to all the brothers in the class. It'd be dishonorable to Commander General Yohana. You understand? Because that is one thing that we take very seriously, and we are taking back our culture. In our culture, our women cover their head, especially when they come up into this classroom. You understand? Now, again, outside of the classroom, you're not praying. It's not, you're not doing the work of the Most High. You're not preparing a meal for the brothers at the, coming back from camp or anything like that, or for a feast day. You're just going grocery shopping, going school shopping. It's August, y'all. The end of August, about September. I'm sure y'all sisters is doing that school shopping left and right. Does a woman have to wear her head covered going school shopping? You understand? No, she don't have to. Wear your hair however you want to. A woman's hair is glorious. You understand that? But when you come in this classroom where we are talking about the Most High and we are teaching our brothers and sisters how to obey Him, we're gonna be in order. Does that make sense? Did you need any more on that, or was that sufficient? There's a couple other scriptures. I don't want to be too long-winded on it because I do got a topic. A couple more on there. Go ahead and keep reading. Start verse 5 from the top.
Right. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
So every woman praying with her head, praying or prophesying in class, doing any type of work for the Most High, you understand? Whether it's serving food or anything like that for the school, that head needs to be covered. Keep reading.
For that is even all one as if she were shaven.
All right. So, all right, keep reading and then that'll make a little more sense.
Verse 6. For if the woman be not covered.
So let's say a woman doesn't cover her head. All right. Say you come to class and you don't cover your head. Keep reading.
Let her also be shorn.
Does anybody know what shorn means? We're going to look it up real quick. Shorn. Definition. All right. So think about a sheep. They got all this wool, and then the farmer wants to process that wool. He wants that wool. He's going to make a glorious sweater or a blanket or something. What is he going to do to that sheep? He's going to shear it. Shear, shorn. How that sheep going to look? Thing gonna look bald. That thing gonna look like some type of nasty Siamese, Siamese cat. You understand? Like, so a woman who, comes into this class, head uncovered, it's almost like, it's almost viewed as like, dang, oh man, it'd be like if you walked in here completely bald headed. You understand? But with a straight, I ain't been to the barbershop in so long. What do they call it? A one? It's just all around, just bald, real low. You understand? So it's just, you can keep reading a little bit more on that.
But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven. So
it's a shame for a woman to be like not have any hair, to shave all her hair off. You understand? It's again, now I'm not talking about like a sister that might unfortunately go through like chemotherapy or something like that and her hair falls out, but a woman who just shaves off her head because she thinks it looks cool, right? It is a shame. You understand? Keep reading.
Let her be covered.
Right. So it's saying it's a shame if you don't. You understand? It's frowned upon. You get that? It'd be like walking in here bald headed. If you want to walk in here bald headed, you know what I mean? Don't walk in here with that get your head unwrapped. Everybody understand?
Okay.
All right. So any other questions? We'll take questions, man. The topic is I'm not gonna say can wait, but any questions? All right. So the topic tonight is basically dealing with witchcraft and witchcraft. All right. Does anybody know what witchcraft is? Anybody know what witchcraft is?
Man.
It's like magic. All right. The definition from the Oxford or whatever on Google, you plug it in. It says the practice of magic, especially black magic, the use of spells. In a modern context, it's like a religious practice involving magic, usually with an affinity with nature, and it's usually within a pagan tradition. All right. Um, have you guys ever heard of a potion? Does anybody know what a potion is? No, nobody knows what a potion is. You ain't never heard of like a witch with a potion? Like that. No. All right. So the dictionary version, the dictionary on Google says potion, a liquid with healing, magical, or poisonous properties. Okay. So I wanted to get those two definitions out the way. I don't want to say out the way, but I wanted to talk about, witchcraft dealing with potions, spells. You familiar with spells? You guys familiar with like sorcery and rituals, wizards? I'm trying to think of it anymore. Harry Potter, right? So our people have been taught that is witchcraft a good thing or a bad thing? What do you guys think? Witchcraft good or bad? One. You think it's a bad thing? Why do you think it's a bad thing?
Because it's probably like illegal. That's what I would say. It could be used mainly for evil.
Okay, it could probably be used for evil. Anyone else got a take on witchcraft?
Selfish thoughts behind it. It's a personal gain.
Got you. So you saying like there might be a witch might use magic to try to like bring their riches and stuff like that. Do stuff selfishly. All right. So what if I were to tell y'all, right, that a lot of us in our lifetime have dealt in witchcraft? What would you say to that? Have you dealt in witchcraft in your lifetime, young man? Oh, no. Yeah, sis? Either sis? No, never dealt in witchcraft. All right. So, what if I told you that a very common thing that we as people do, right? Especially when we're in the world and we're following the lifestyle of our oppressor, right? We're dealing in witchcraft, not even knowing it. You understand? Right? Think about this. All right. A witch might create a potion, right? And then someone might ingest that potion, and then maybe they start seeing things, right? Maybe they start, everything's the lights start to get brighter. Maybe they start to hallucinate. So, have you ever heard of like a love potion? Maybe someone, deals with this potion, and now they feel more affectionate. They feel, all lovey-dovey. You know what I mean? Sometimes, an individual might, deal with a potion, and, now they just want to, giggle and eat cookies. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Our oppressor has used his soothsaying abilities, his very deceitful and crafty manipulation tactics to pretty much get us all hooked on witchcraft. You understand? And they get us hooked on it at such an early age. And what I'm talking about is drug abuse. Okay? Any type of drug abuse is synonymous with witchcraft. And we have to understand it that way. All right. There's a reason why tell me this. With most drug uses, let's just focus on marijuana right now, right? There is a very ritualistic process that takes place before you smoke and get high. Is anyone confused about what I'm saying? If you're confused, I'll explain it to you. I know you brothers don't know about it, but just follow along, right? So an individual wants to get what they call high, right? You want to get high. You want to elevate. You want to free your mind, man. You want to feel different. You want to go somewhere, right? You want to tap into those thoughts. A lot of artists and musicians, they need to be able to feel the music and get into it. You know, like they can't really hear it like they want to, you know, when they're sober. They can't really hear it. They can't really write the lyrics, and they can't really compose the notes, and you know, they can't get the drumming just right. It just don't, it's just I need something to help me get there. So they get on the phone. Hey, you got any? That's the first thing. The first part of the ritual. You got to call somebody. I don't know. Most people got Bluetooth, though. They just say, "Hey, Google, call, you know, the plug," right? You call the man. Then you're gonna go meet the man. Then you're gonna go give the man some money. He's gonna give you the stuff. Then you're gonna maybe go to the store or whatnot. You got to go get the things to wrap it in, right? You're gonna go. You're gonna which one I want? I want this one. All right. I'm gonna get the Jolly Rancher flavored wrap, right? You get that. You get back to your spot. You get settled down. You're gonna do a very familiar ritualistic process to prepare this potion. You understand? And then you're going to ignite the potion. You're gonna breathe in the potion. You're gonna take it in. And then, you know, the spell takes over. You understand? And then the qualities of that potion start to go into effect. Then you start feeling the music. Then you start feeling sexual. Then you start feeling giggly and hee and everything's funny. You understand? Like someone in your head is telling a funnier joke than people in the world are hearing, right? So again, like drug, and that's just one drug. You know, there are drugs that people shoot in needles. You understand? There's a very specific process to obtaining it, preparing it, wrapping it up, and all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very ritualistic. It is something that you do over and over, and it's a lot of steps. It is a ritual. It is a demonic and, you know, terrible ritual that leads to destruction. But it's like we are under the spell of that substance to where we can't stop. You understand? It grips hold of us, and we can't shake loose. You understand? And that's like being under a spell. Does everybody understand that? So whether you're the person using the drugs, you're dealing in witchcraft. If you're the person selling the drugs, what does that make you in the world of witchcraft? Amuan?
A witch.
It makes you a witch. Get brother a hand, man. If you are a drug dealer, you are a witch. You are concocting a potion, you understand, and delivering it to someone that is asking for it. You understand? Whether they, you know, are consciously like, you know, doing it, or if they're just kind of under a spell. You understand? And to a drug dealer, those are the best ones, the ones that just can't stop, the ones that are really in that fog, the ones that are really, you know, overtaken and consumed by that desire. You understand? So again, I think, you know, witchcraft is just, it just has a like a negative connotation. It has a negative, witch. You understand? So maybe looking at drug use in those terms, maybe that might be enough to maybe trigger some thought before you engage in that ritual. You understand? Or before you sell that bag. You understand? Because we're going to get into the Bible and figure, you know, and listen to what the Most High says about witches and witchcraft and sorcery and things like that, which is all it's talking about. It's talking about the other thing. Harry Potter ain't real. You understand? Like Harry Potter can't abracadabra and make something float across the room or nothing like that. Y'all do understand that, don't you? Like that is not the thing. But it is a sin for someone to think that they can abracadabra and make something come over here because of because they worship Satan or something like that. Like there's some power in some other entity besides the Most High. You understand? So people who claim to be, they call them Wiccans or practice witchcraft, and they're claiming to like, yeah, I rock with, the God of the trees and the God of the birds and, like all these different elements. You know what I'm saying? That really aren't gods. They really aren't powers. You know what I mean? The Most High is the Most High power. But they worship these things and think that they can obtain some sort of power from their worship of these things. You understand? Like the worship of the rain. Like they think that the rain is making them powerful or something, insane like that. That's witchcraft, y'all. You understand? And the Bible is against all forms of witchcraft. The Most High is not with it. It is an abomination. So we're going to get into the scriptures about it. All right. But I wanted to kind of like illustrate how, again, witchcraft and sorcery is synonymous with, what we today see as, drug abuse is what I would call it. You understand? I'm not talking about if you got a toothache, you taking some pain medicine for the toothache. You understand what I'm saying? But I am talking about you got a toothache, you take pain medicine for the toothache, tooth ain't aching no more, and you steady popping the pain medicine. Now you're doing something different. Does that make sense? There's a distinction. All right. So let me get Galatians 5 and 17. Galatians 5 and 17. Just raise your hand when you got it. Galatians 5, 17. I'm one, nice and loud.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit. What does it mean to lust? To lust.
What?
To want. So the flesh or the body, your physical desires they desire against the spirit. What your body wants isn't necessarily what your spirit, you know what I mean, wants. Like your body might not necessarily want what your spirit wants. Does that make, is everybody understanding that from that? Keep reading.
And the spirit against the flesh.
What the spirit wants might not be the same as what the body wants. Is everybody clear on that? So there's kind of like an opposition here, like a war, a struggle, a battle. You got what your body wants, you got what your spirit wants. Keep reading.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
They're contrary. It's like they're opposites. What the spirit wants is oftentimes not what the body wants, and vice versa. What the body often wants and desires and, ooh, I want that, oftentimes ain't what your spirit wants. And this ain't talking about just you wanting something. When this is talking about the spirit, it's talking about the spirit of the Most High. Does everybody understand that? Mm-hmm. What the Most High would have you, desire ain't the same as what you're going to want to desire. Does that make sense? All right, keep reading.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So what that means is the things that you want to do are probably things that you shouldn't do. You understand? Like it's called discipline. This is talking about discipline, but discipline according to the Most High. When you have what He wants as, all right, I want to do what the Most High wants me to do. Okay. The Most High doesn't want me to eat shrimp. But man, what's that smell? Man, I could go for, oh man, a pound of the steamed jumbo joints. I want that. But the Most High says I can't. So now we got a conflict. You see the struggle?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that with a lot of things. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit.
If you listen to the Spirit, if you follow what your spirit tells you to do. So Most High says, don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. I smell that Old Bay seasoning. If I listen to the Spirit, keep reading.
Ye are not under the law.
Ye are not under the law. What that means is you won't be punished. Okay? It's like when let's say you're committing a crime and the cop sees you committing a crime and he comes to you, he says, hey, come here. You are under arrest. Put you in them cuffs and haul you off. You understand? You're under arrest. You're under the law. You're about, now you have to answer to the punishment for what you just did. If we listen to the Spirit of the Most High and do what he says, we don't have to suffer the consequences that come from doing that thing that our body told us to do. You understand? So we won't suffer from the types of health issues we suffer from because we can't stop eating bacon. You understand? So we don't listen to the Most High who says don't eat pork. So we eat bacon on everything. We eat bacon for breakfast. You understand? With the eggs. We take bacon, then we slap it on our hamburger at lunch. You understand? And then we, at night, for dinner, we're gonna eat a whole rack of ribs, pork ribs. You understand? We're gonna listen to our body, every time we get hungry, instead of the Spirit. And now we got high cholesterol. Now we die from heart disease. You understand? Now we suffer the consequences of not being obedient. You understand? Same thing with we're going to get to it, but with drug usage, being a drug abuser, like all of us took drug abuse resistance education in school. You understand? Or in health class, we see the negative effects of drug abuse. You understand? We see what drug addiction does to our families. We all have family members, you understand, that have, suffered because of drug abuse. We ourselves may have suffered because of drug abuse. You understand? And it's something that if we would listen to the Most High and not abuse those drugs, then we wouldn't have the arrest record. We wouldn't have the DWI, you understand, or DUI, we wouldn't have, been thrown out of school. We wouldn't have, we wouldn't have had to suffer the consequences of those decisions if we were led by the Spirit. Does everybody understand that? Keep reading.
Verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. All
right. So you got your flesh and you got the Spirit of the Most High. Your flesh, this is what your body wants. Keep reading.
Which are these?
Yeah, your body wants to do these. These are the things that our bodies, that we listen to our bodies more than we listen to the Spirit of the Most High. Read.
Adultery.
Adultery. Anybody know what adultery is? Adultery. That's like, a woman cheating on her man. You understand? Or a man dealing with a woman who already has a man. That's adultery. Everybody understand? Keep reading.
Fornication.
Fornication. Fornication is any type of unlawful sex, whether it be homosexuality, bestiality, that type of nonsense. You understand? Keep reading.
Uncleanness.
Uncleanness. Keep reading.
I don't know how to say this word.
Lasciviousness.
Verse 20. Idolatry.
Idolatry. That's like worshiping idols. We want, we want the car. We want the Jesus piece. Keep reading.
Witchcraft.
What?
Witchcraft.
Who?
Witchcraft.
How?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, man. Our bodies want that witchcraft. Our bodies crave that thing that can soothe us. It craves that potion that can, you know, make us happy. You know what I mean? Despite the despair that we're in, you know? And a lot of our people get strung out on drugs because we are suffering. We are hurt. We are in pain. We are a destroyed people, you know? I don't want to say we got crappy lives, but, you know, we've grown up in some harsh conditions. Our neighborhoods suck. Our families suck. Parents are always fighting. You understand? Dad ain't here. Being molested. You know, teachers think I'm stupid. School's difficult. I'm getting bullied. My shoes got holes in them. I'm not wearing Yeezys or Jordans. Life sucks, man. That's why we escape to witchcraft. We try to seek a power that can give us that happiness that's superficial. It's not a real happiness. It's the illusion of satisfaction. You understand? Mm-hmm. And that is something that your body will be tricked into doing if you don't listen to the Spirit of the Most High. All right? Keep reading.
Hatred.
Uh-huh.
Variance.
Uh-huh.
Emulations.
Go ahead.
Wrath. Strife. Seditions.
Perfect.
Heresies.
Heresies. Good.
Verse 21.
Yeah, but you get the point. The body, it goes on and on about all the different things, you know, that our bodies want, man. And witchcraft is one of those things that if we fall prey to what our flesh wants, we'll be hooked on drugs, and we'll be dealing in witchcraft more than a little bit. Okay. Let me get Malachi 5:12. Salakia, Micah 5:12, and Aliyah. Let me get Micah 5:12. Amawan, let me get Malachi 3:5. I'm going to run through these. Young man, if you could grab Leviticus 20 and 27.
I got my hand.
All right, and we'll do it in that order. Aliyah, Amawan, and then young man. Go ahead.
Micah chapter 5, verse 12. And I will cut off witchcraft.
You cut off what?
Witchcraft.
Cut off what?
Witchcraft.
What does it mean to cut off? You mean to cut off something? What does it mean to cut off something?
Get rid of it.
It means to get rid of it, man. Keep reading.
Out of thine hand.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt have no more soothsayers.
Yeah, the Most High is going to get rid of the soothsayers, those, you know, the ones selling the drugs, the ones telling you that it's okay to be on these drugs. The Most High is going to get rid of it. You understand? He's going to cut it off. All right? Let me get that Malachi.
Malachi verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And I will come near to you to judgment.
To judgment. Keep reading.
And I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers.
Against who?
The sorcerers.
What is a sorcerer? What is a sorcerer? Someone dealing with what? Someone dealing with witchcraft, man. The Most High is going to deal with that, man. There will be judgment for sorcerers, people dealing in witchcraft. Okay? Whether you're the distributor or the consumer, it's all the same. You understand? All right. Hey, young man, you got the Leviticus?
Leviticus 5.
20. Leviticus 20 and 27.
Leviticus 20.
27.
27. We have a man also or woman.
So how we do that is you say Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27. A man also or a woman that has a familiar spirit.
That hath a what?
Familiar spirit.
A familiar spirit. A familiar spirit, you guys have heard of like demonic possessions, right? You've seen the movie Exorcism and whatnot, the Exorcist. Familiar spirits are those things like we in ISUPK, we teach that, according to the Bible, that someone who's struggling with drug addiction is struggling with a like a spirit. Okay, there's a demonic spirit that is telling you do this. It's that voice in your head that tells you, yeah, light that up. You understand? Psychology calls it an addiction. You understand? Physical, like a dependence, an addiction. This addiction, again, it's all kind of like the Bible and science, like they kind of, psychology. It's all kind of saying the same thing, just saying it differently, right? So you got someone who, might struggle with alcoholism, and all they got to do is hear someone open a freaking Pepsi, psst, that little pop, that psst, and boy, they get to just salivating and thinking about a nice, tall, cold one, a Coors, you understand, or whatnot, like that type of addiction. Or you take, some people that smoke, man, if you even hear a lighter flick, you get this kind of like, this, it like triggers, you know what I mean? It's like, dang, I need a break. I need to smoke. You know what I mean? And that's those voices, that's those spirits that are talking to you saying, yeah, it's time. Oh, you remember, you know how it feels, man. You know how it feels when you strike your lighter. You know how it feels when you breaking that blunt down and licking it and rolling it up, and the taste of it, and those are the voices that get to talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And those are the familiar spirits. Those are the spirits that know what your weakness is. You understand? And who knows your weakness better than you? Who knows your weakness better than you? You know exactly what you love about it. So that's what you'll focus on. When a brother in the world is trying to quit these things, like maybe trying to quit smoking, oh man, it is a battle, man. You're going to learn warfare up in this piece. You're going to learn what it is for your body to want something and for you to tell your body, la. You're going to learn what it's like to win battles. Instead, you're going to learn what it's like to not lose every damn battle that your body wants to win that's contrary to the Most High. And that in and of itself is, I don't want to say it's an addiction, but you'll learn to appreciate doing what the Most High, following the spirit of the Most High. You understand? You'll learn to crave that. Then before you know it, smoking won't be, I remember when I first, attempted to stop smoking, which was actually a really long time, because you go and you tell yourself, oh, I can quit. I'm not addicted. I can quit. I can quit. I just don't want to. I could quit. I could kick it. I just don't want to. Then you take a moment and you actually try to quit. Oh, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel it. You're going to hear those voices. It's going to be like, daggone. But when you kick it, man, when you conquer that, when you conquer those voices, when you subdue those spirits, when you put them in check, and they leave after a while. They get done with you. They realize, yeah, this ain't a battle I can win. Let me go deal with someone else. You understand? Man, you can go around people that are smoking and have no desire. You know what I mean? It's like it's again, you just become a warrior, and it's an excellent place to start when it comes to, serving the Most High and becoming a man of the Lord. When you start battling those personal battles, those little personal things in you that kind of have you doing what even science and medicine says, damn, you're killing yourself every time you smoke one of these. It is damn near a suicide. You understand? You are trying to kill yourself when you do these drugs. Like a crackhead knows that this crack is killing them. You get that, don't you? Like it's not a debate. I ain't never, like the people that smoke weed, it's different because, oh, they can stand and argue with you about it's medicinal, it comes from the ground and this and that. And I mean, they'll debate with you about how healthy the shit is, right? But a crackhead won't. You tell a crackhead, man, you need to killing yourself. Man, I know. I just can't. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even argue with you about it, you know? But again, that's the thing. Those familiar spirits, those voices, man, you get to serving the Most High, man. You start conquering those spirits that you have, then you can actually become an asset to your nation. You can actually become an asset to your family. You understand? Imagine losing a battle to a damn plant every day, multiple times a day. Like it's something that you made up in your head. All right, I'm gonna quit smoking. And imagine you done said you're gonna quit smoking, and someone strikes a damn lighter and you lose. Huh? Or someone house burning down a few blocks, so if you get a whiff of smoke and you lose, you're gonna go fire up because you smelled smoke. You know, burnt a piece of toast. Now you gotta get high. It's like when you become a man of the Lord, you won't lose them battles, man. That is, you'll learn that the Most High is he has something so much greater in store for us than to be silly children who believe in Harry Potter and think that this substance benefits me in any way. It gives me any leverage or any step ahead or any footing in this wicked place. You understand? So that's the witchcraft. You understand? You can finish reading that, yeah. Take it from the top.
And man, also, Leviticus 20, verse 47.
Yes, sir.
A man also or a woman that has familiar spirit or that is a wizard.
Or that is a what?
Wizard.
A wizard. Who's the wizard? The pusher. The pusher. You understand? Go ahead.
Shall surely be put to death.
Be put to what?
Death.
Don't we die every day selling drugs? Don't we shoot each other over the drugs? Don't the police shoot us over a bag of weed? Don't we get thrown into prison over drugs? Don't our families die over it? Don't our families suffer because we're locked up for 10 years over, cocaine? Don't we die? Don't we suffer death over it? Enough? Keep reading.
They shall stone them with stones.
Uh-huh.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them. Let me get Proverbs 16 and 27, and this is the last scripture I'm going to read in terms of this. I got a few other scriptures. Maybe I'll put them in the description. That's something I also want to start doing for the classes, putting the precepts in the description. Proverbs 16 and 27. This is a scripture that it's kind of instrumental in terms of, waking me up in terms of smoking in particular. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and loud.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 27. An ungodly man diggeth up
A
evil.
what?
An ungodly man.
A godly man.
Ungodly.
A righteous man.
Ungodly.
A priest.
An ungodly man.
A man of the Lord.
An ungodly man.
A strong man.
An ungodly man.
An excellent father.
An ungodly man.
An excellent husband.
Ungodly man.
What does he do?
Diggeth up evil.
Diggeth up what?
Evil.
What?
Evil.
Diggeth up evil. Dig it up. Gets it up out the ground. Out the tobacco plantation. Read.
And in his lips.
His what?
His lips.
His nose.
His lips.
His eye.
His lips.
His ear.
His lips.
And his lips is what?
There is a burning fire.
A burning fire in his lips. Takes this evil thing, sparks it up and puts it in his lips. We are here to shed ourselves of the world, man, that teaches us that it is okay to sin against the Most High. I pray y'all understand that. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, rock a thumb to the Akim, Yahweh Shamar, Alathan Bahashem Yahweh Shah to the Akwathyam. And with that, Shalom.